There's got to be something. Oh. But yet, I remember Tim Tebow the last game, he said, Coach, I need to put John 3:16 on my. He said, man, we've been doing good all year. You crazy? Like, I don't know about switching it up, man. He had to tell him, don't switch it up. And he said, no, I think I need to. He said, man, it's in my heart. I have to. And they're going to a championship game. Can I tell you, that was the most Googled verse in all times. 98 million hits on John 3:16. Why? Because God will put you all the way up to a place where you give Him glory every single time. And the Bible says if you lift Him up, He'll draw all men unto Him. Here's what I want to say to you tonight, basement. I get excited thinking about that. 98 million hits. Here's the problem. Me and you, every month, get the chance to hit 2.5 billion. They take this service, they edit, and they put it everywhere. And 2.5 billion have the chance to respond. Billion over million. I wonder how hard it's getting I wonder how crazy it's getting for me and you when we're getting so close to such a big moment. Where if 2.5 billion ever told one, that's 5 billion. If 5 billion ever told one, we only have 7.5 billion people on earth. I call it Just One More campaign. In 3 years we can cover the entire world for Jesus Christ. And how do we do it? Man, we go down to places in the city and we say worship and pray.
There's no stopping us right now.
The day is coming, movement's coming, where people will pray and worship in streets. So why don't you come out? Let's go to our park and give God glory. We'll worship, make history, rest, and glory. You told somebody, and somebody told somebody. And before you know it, you're free. Our city, our nation, begin to watch it. The basement's a role model in America. Thank you for sacrifice. Thank you for not caring. Give yourself a round of applause for all of us coming together. You know, we have a team now, and we believe in each other, and we lift each other up. And one of the greatest coaches of all time, as he was winning, he couldn't stop. I mean, right when he got somewhere, he pulled everybody together, bigger than the team. He pulled everybody that was ever a part of it. I'm not even going to give the name, because it was pretty epic. And he put a rope out, and he got the team up, and he asked them to, you know, I don't know if you've ever played tug of war, but every man, you know, like if me and Ike were to do it right now, y'all can tell by my muscles. And I'd yank him all down. Y'all laughing about it, man. Hurt my pride. Well, man, we just know how to pull it. You know, who's going to win? You just got to get into it. You got to show. And here's what's crazy. He had them all lined up, and everybody was ready to pull. And right before he let them pull, he said, hold on. We're not in this against each other. And he took the rope, and he asked the team and everybody to go on the other side. And how strong do we get when all we do is pull against the opponent? Your opponent is not people, it's not churches, it's not denomination, it's not races. Your opponent is against the adversary. They call him the devil. And as he works very hard for a generation, but we're getting stronger, and it's getting harder for him to pull. And before you know it, we'll have the attention of MTV, the attention of ABC. Channels like Lifetime and every Christian network you can. It won't be 2.5 billion. It'll be much bigger than that. The question is, are you getting tired? Because if you are, then the best coaches will say that we're getting very near the moment. If you're a player and you know inside you something's greater, what do you have? What's getting the best of you? Because God's best, man. One of the first things He'll do, I'm just glad enough that these valuable men will tell you, He'll rip things away from you. And the greatest decision you'll ever make is putting the ball in Jesus' hand and following Him no matter what. So here's what's going to happen tonight. I think about all this and people go, you know, We had this moment downtown. I was sitting with Bird from the airport, and he's going to provoke me. He said, man, come on, let's go to the streets and worship. Do something outside, man. I'm oxycontin addict. We got to say more. And I'm like, all right, man. I'm kind of mad at him at the time. We did the battle, and I thought, man, that's awesome. Like, you know, and he's like, you know what I get excited about? That same gym. Well, it was actually down at, after he played at Alabama, he came up to UAB to finish it. I was in the bar tub at the very top of it. I was looking down, and he was playing, man, out there. And I was sitting at the top of the bar tub, like, I wonder if we could ever take this place for God. It was just a thought 7 years ago. But they kind of nudged me, man, after the battle. Like, we did that. Is there somewhere else? And I was thinking, if we could ever just once a month in the future, I'll tell you next month, I don't know. I mean, kind of working on it, but it might take us a little bit. But I thought, you know, what if we could just go down to a bar tub once a month and watch campuses unite? Sanford, UAB, Alabama, Auburn, students in high school, middle school, parents of all ages, and we all come together because you know what? The basement, it's continued to grow for 8 years now. Stood the test of time. Don't tell me what you've had to give. I don't know. I've had to give a lot. And as I get closer, man, it seems like it gets a little bit harder. But I'm telling you, every step is worth something because you hear all these testimonies around the world. They depend that me and you line up and worship and we pray and we unite for one God, the true God, the only living God, the way, the truth, and the life. Sometimes it's coming to the moments where we're going to see cities as we travel. His bag was only full. Because we went to a city where thousands were night. Pastors were ready to give up, and we were handing them DVDs in their hands. We're watching them do it now, and now they're calling out Clemson Stadium. They're calling out North Carolina Stadium. They're getting excited as we are because they're watching what they say is a pioneer, the basement. Not scared to go towards the city and say, you know what? There's only 10 of us. We've been used to that before. We stood in places and watched what prayer and worship can do. Tonight, let's get the best of you. And are you fully giving it the best? If you're here tonight and you're like, man, I just wish I could step out of this life and get a brand new one. Well, guess what? There's moments coming so big that only heaven can record the testimony. You are so valuable that heaven makes sure that hell knows when you wake up, it's like an alarm clock going off. It's like hell's most wanted list. And I can tell you one thing, the basement's waking up a lot of people. If you're ready for something much bigger than yourself, when I count to 2, stand up on your feet with everybody looking at you, your friends, people all around, and come to this altar. Run! This ain't no one night stand when I say 2. You might be doing more than standing for worship. Praying. There's going to be people in here. History's defined by people, man. You think you're leading and you ain't got no one following. You're only taking a walk. Maybe you're a young lady in here. You've been strapped down, man. Relationships, your past is holding you down. Not in here. He's a living God. He wipes away past. He makes people a brand new version. I mean, people all the time, they think, man, there's no way God can use me because look at the people filing it. Come on this altar. Come on this altar. We'll remember this moment as we set up for worship in here. I don't know. But I can see in my mind days coming where God starts using the places that they hold pigskins and footballs and basketballs for things that He does. And He uses ordinary people to do it. Why? Because it ain't about what happens on the stage. It's what happens in you. And whatever happens in you happens around you. And whatever happens around you is an infection. It's contagious. And it will almost mess up everything everywhere it goes. And I just think we get real close to turning our little city and our state and our nation upside down. America needs an old-fashioned wake-up call where prayer is united. generation. Bert, I think you're right. We were one generation from being extinct, but now a generation has arose that says, not on my watch, not in my time, and the people that God is using are just ordinary guys like me and you and those who came tonight. Father, we come to you and we worship. Lord, if there's somebody in here, God, as we've ignited the call, Father, I think things every day get the best of me. And I'd like to remind you, always pray, I say loud, you ain't seen the best of me. You haven't seen no fire. Tonight, if you're here, man, and something's just kind of held you down, say it's your first night. Wasn't your time to come up here because you were like, man, I don't really know what's going on. Well, a lot of us that stood and was ready for that moment were standing because we don't mind going and holding our city accountable, finding the addicted, the afflicted, the messed up, the abused. But I would be lying if I told you there was a single day that goes by that I don't have to say this prayer. Because my life can get really whacked out, man. God is truly graceful. He has mercy that I'll never understand. But if you're in here, you want what we call a fresh start. They have all these Christian terms, I don't know. I just say, you want a brand new life. You want to make sure heaven's your resting home. Well, I'm going to say a prayer. You all say, I'll say it first. I always say it like this. I say, Jesus, would you come into my life? Lord, forgive me for every single day, every moment, every thought. He smiles when I say that. And then I always say, fill him with his spirit. Then I say, teach me. God, not for religion, but for relationship. I want to know you every day. I want to put the ball in your hands and follow you, man, and score touchdowns and be a part of things you want. Let every setback be a setup for a comeback. Now you ready? This part's where you get to engage. We're going to worship. Here we go. Somebody can say, looking back, 100 years out of high school. We'll sing this song and watch people just won't know. Holy